So we'll, coming in, we got a couple of things written down. We got too narrow and too wide. And I think what the deal is maybe the feet are a little wide, but the knees were collapsing in, so you didn't have a lot of space there. Let's get those feet up and under us. Like any position in the game of football, you want your feet up and under you for balance, mobility, power, leverage, all those various things that apply in the game of football. My opinion, I think, was that you're too narrow. You were pretty hunkered down and compact coming in. You never want to be small on the football field. So we need to kind of open you up, make you bigger in the stance. All right? One thing we have Okay, that should still be recording. We should be good. One of the things that we've had a lot of success with is having people set their feet, do the toes slightly outward or the heels slightly inward, sit down into the stance, and then push the knees over the toes to maximize your space without necessarily getting your feet too wide. Okay? We can do that. Let's set you up and see how you look facing the camera real quickly. Sorry. Okay, that's looking pretty solid. We want to see there's a little clearance of the knees wider than the shoulders so you can get down and through the motion. Does that feel okay? All right, go ahead and stand up. Go back to where you were. The next things that we've got, you're a little compact and hunkered down, and you have that ball a little too far out in front of you. So that pulls your head and shoulders down, and it pulls too much weight forward in your stance. You're overextended downfield, and you got too much weight forward. So when you drive through, your leg drive, instead of going back through the hips towards your target, it's going straight up or even a little forward. You're not capturing the lower body motion energy and channeling it into the snap, okay? So what we needed to do, take your front end, raise it up, take some of that downfield extension, convert it to vertical. That'll allow the ball to come closer but still keep your arm well extended, and then shift your weight back into your hips so your heels touch the ground, your knees are over the toes for perfect balance. Does that all make sense? Mm-hmm. The proper setup should take care of the leg drive, getting it back through the hips instead of straight up, so I'm not going to harp on that. You've got great quickness. That's why you've been a linebacker. That's why you're a center now. If you could get a little more aggressive with this motion, you can get your fundamentals of setup right and let it rip, you've got some great snapping ahead of you, okay? So go ahead and hop in. We're going to three-step you, and then I'll adjust you, and then we'll turn you loose, okay? You ready? Yeah. Okay. Pull you forward. That gets knee bend to 90 degrees or less, straightens the back, fully extends the arms. I'm going to raise you up, maximizing your operating room under the torso. Then I'm going to push you back into the hips towards your target so your heels touch the ground, knees are over the toes, you're solid on your feet. Now, does that feel like a bigger, more open stance? Yeah. Let it rip. Perfect setup will lead to a perfect snap every time. Our balance wasn't perfect. I had you down a long time. You finished on your heels, but guess what? You delivered the ball right in the gut of the punter. Your job was done. Do you have blocking assignment on punt? Perfect. Okay. We still want you balanced on the balls of your feet so you can take off like a sprinter, okay? All right. So coming in, you were compact, you were a little too low, you were overextended. We raised up the front, shoved you back and got you balanced, made you bigger in the stance. Go ahead and give it a rip. Wow. Now that is a flash of brilliance. Okay, does that feel good? Yeah. Let's do one more, document that for time and all eternity on YouTube, and we'll be there. Coming along. You feel good? Yep. Any questions? Nope. All right, let's rotate you guys over to Colin. Okay? Don't get overextended. It'll pull too much weight forward. Don't get too far back or you'll end up on your heels, okay? Let it rip. Coming along, coming along. Okay, let's go ahead and move it. You feel comfortable in that stance? Yeah. Again, as a blind snapper, you're on your fairly horizontal, shoulders to hips. Let it rip. Two-handed throw, all body in use. There it is. That was beautiful. A little off balance, but that's not a bad